Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to the Vintage Story Guide. We are back in the world on this very rainy day, and in today's episode, water is wet. Well everyone, that is about all we have time for in this episode of the Vintage Story Guide. I hope you enjoyed learning about water. Look forward to more water facts next time. As always, my name is Corazar. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, you got me. JK, that was all JK. I'm still here. We're not done yet. I'm serious this time. But we are back in the world after having heard a bunch of drifter voices. Ugh. Gross. You guys have really bad breath. Worst. Anyway, we are back after a wildly, and I mean wildly successful mining trip. We came back with, I think, was it 20 stacks of rich hematite, and 3 stacks and change of medium copper, and something like, 949 olivine, which I did look up. It is pronounced olivine, not olivine. Do you guys have to? Oh, there you are. Fun. And I think we came back with a little bit more quartz as well. I did stick around to mine out some more bauxite, because we will need that for our eventual cementation furnace. But today's episode was all about that, right there. You see it? Can you see it? Do you all see it? Yes, that right there. I'm talking about that. Yep, that. Pointing at it right now. Okay, so I'm feeling a bit silly today. But yes, we are going to be working on the forge, on the Argent Spear, or Argent Spear, was the name we gave it last episode. And that is going to be the end goal of today, is I want to build our forge up there, and I have some new ideas about what to put up there. A couple episodes ago, we sort of hollowed out this area here, and I was planning on building our forge in here. But, as you might remember, I was kind of disappointed at how cramped it was, and I think what we're going to do is, rather than put our forge here, I want to put it up there. So let's go ahead and take a look up here. Hopefully that drifter right here is not up here with us. Okay, he's not. Good. I think what I want to do is, I want to shave down the dirt here, flatten this whole thing out, and I'm going to build a platform that will be large enough to hold our entire forge area up here. Which doesn't need to be huge. I mean, it might be like a 10 or 12 block radius or diameter, probably diameter, circle, or similar shape. And we'll put our windmills up here on an actual windmill, rather than just sort of sticking out of the stone here like I was going to do. And, oh, can't get in here now, of course. So I think this area is going to end up not being used, except maybe as, like, transmission stuff. I don't know quite yet how I want to handle doing all of our gearing, but if I end up needing a basement to handle some of the transmission and gearing stuff, we'll do it in here. Otherwise, I'll just fill this in, and I am going to go ahead and fill in some of this with stone just to sort of block it off and restore the mountain's exterior to its original, or close enough, geometry. Okay, there we go. So if we actually need this room for anything, then we have it. If not, then we'll just seal it up. However, before we get to that, I want to start getting the materials together for our future cementation furnace. It's going to go right up in there. And we have a decent amount of fire clay, but I'm not sure it's quite enough. I think we need something like 440 fire clay. So we'll have to go get some of that, but we have plenty of resources for that around. But we also need to start crushing up our ilmenite. Here's some of it, and the rest of it is, over here, right. For that, we're going to need a new pulverizer, so we need to get started building that. And it's been a while since I built one of these. I know we're going to need some boards for the various parts, and probably some logs, too. Let's see, what do we have lots of? Acacia, why not? And I'm going to go ahead and get all of the odds and ends together that we need for the pulverizer. And then we'll put it together. We'll put it together. Yes, I did just say that. I'll probably need a saw too, and hammer and chisel, of course, for basically everything having to do with making things. Oh, and you know what? I think we need at least one piece of rock here. Pretty sure. Let's see. Yep, that would be the frame that we need. So let's get you going on, and lots of you, apparently, and our saw. Here we go. Pulverizer toggle. We need a plate of some sort, of at least bronze. Okay. And the pounder. Ah, there we go. That's the one we need these for. And we want 2 of you. There we go. So I want to go ahead and start smithing out a plate and some pounder caps, specifically steel pounder caps. And I'm also going to get together the plates and components necessary for automating the pulverizer itself. So we'll have a copper chute and a copper hopper. And then we'll start figuring out where all these things go, because I have not done any planning on where I'm going to put this darn thing. And it might just go down in the valley somewhere, because I'm not sure we have the space for it up here, unless I would make some sort of really ramshackle thing. I could put it up there, maybe. That could work. That wouldn't be horrible. Well, let's see what we can do here. Well, there she blows. Our first windmill in the south. Is it ugly? Oh heck yes. Does it work? Well, yeah. When the wind blows, at least. Ah, great. Love it. Okay, so next we need a whole bunch of olivine and a whole bunch of quartz and a whole bunch of bauxite. Go ahead and we'll drop those in here whenever this decides to start working again. And then for the ilmenite, they've kind of changed how this works. These now crush into 1.3x crushed ilmenite, so we're looking at probably 3 full stacks, because we need 4 stacks of each crushed material. And you know, we're going to go with 1.3, we'll just add another, sure, 12, why not? There we go. See how that goes. And with that underway, it is time for us to start thinking about what we're going to do up there. I want to continue the same build style as we're doing for the rest of the base, with of course a few tweaks to make it, you know, a bit different from the rest. But I'm going to go ahead and get a project bin up there, and I'm going to fill it up with everything that I think we're going to need going forward to get started on our new forge. So I'll bring you all back when that is ready to roll, and I'll see you up on Argent Spear. Okay, here we are. We have, this time I was smart and brought 2 trunks up. We have the wood materials and the, thank you Storm, and the tools in one, and we have the stone and mortar in the other. And I think this should be enough of most of the materials. We'll see. Time will tell. Now this does not include the materials needed for making the windmills and associated structures, so that will be in a separate, thank you, separate effort. Let's get up here, and the first thing we want to do is we need to flatten this out, and that means I should have brought along some granite because I wanted to flatten out the stone portion of this. Let's go ahead and get this started and tear down this mountaintop. And then let's get some stone so that we can then build this up a little bit again so that we don't have a building that's perched on just one teeny tiny spire of rock. I'm just going to bring it all up to probably this level, I think is good enough. So we'll take down these guys here. Maybe we'll chuck them over the edge. Goodbye. And then we'll just fill in the rest. And there we go. Let's go ahead and put our ladder back down, and I do think we are going to stick with ladders for this one, despite their potential dangers. Let's go ahead and get started building what I think is going to be an interesting build. I haven't done a mountaintop build like this before, so let's see what we can do. Also, looks like our pulverizer is working on that olivine. Hey, nice. We're actually getting toward done here. At least for 1/4 of the work. Great. Hey, everyone. While I'm hard at work building this new tower, I wanted to make an announcement that's been a long time coming. You don't always realize how much work and time it takes to bring something together, but here we are. Today I'm announcing the launch of my Patreon, and I'd like to invite all of you to head on over and take a look at what's on the menu. If you like my work, would like to support me and the channel, and even get some rewards for yourself, I encourage you to check it out. While these reward tiers may change in the future as I add new content, at the moment you'll be able to get things like early access to videos so you can flex on everyone else for being firster than them, as well as special Discord roles, high quality video downloads, and, something that has been requested countless times, world save file downloads. You'll be able to walk around Lupine Ridge and the Silver Mountains, see all the details and chisel work up close, and even move in if you want, all at your own pace. Or, if I built something, or say something you hate, you can load it up with ore bombs and light them on fire. And then you can do it all over again because the world save file is yours. What I plan on doing for the world save files is that I will always offer the very first backup that I still have access to, in case you want to play along or just explore the world without me having to file it. This oldest backup isn't quite from the first episode, though, so there are a few structures and changes to the world. I'll also upload a few additional backups, such as the one just after the episode 50 world tour, and just before we left to go south, among others. I'll also keep the latest and greatest one relatively up to date. It won't be uploaded every night, but I'll try to make sure it's no more than about a week old. Going along with the early access to videos will be a patron-only Discord channel, where spoilery chat about the early episodes will be allowed. Anyway, I am super excited to announce this Patreon launch, and I hope you are too. I'll be putting the Patreon link in the video comments from now on, so if you'd like to support the channel, I'd love for you to check it out. Okay everyone, well, we have just finished up the initial build of the tower for the windmills, and we haven't taken a look at it yet, but we will in just a moment. But first, let's go check on this stuff over here. Hear any crunching? Hey, we're empty, and we're full, and we even have a bit of bonus. Okay, awesome. Well, that means we can take this apart, and we're going to recycle this windmill and the sails for upstairs, and then we're going to see about how many more sails we can make. I'm going to guess we can do 2 more. Well, unless we dig into our twine, we might be able to actually fill out all 4 today, which would be amazing. Because I want to get smithing again in the next episode. But that may depend on how far along this isn't, apparently. Okay. Well, that's a shame. But hopefully we will have enough twine to make up the sail difference, and then we can get all 4 of our sails fully powered very soon. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take this down and get that done. Let's get our silly selves up here. And we're going to leave this one for last because the ladder will clip into the sails, so we won't be able to put them on there just yet. Let's go ahead and let's empty our inventory of sails, shall we? Okay, we got 3 of them in, and all spinning beautifully. Let's go ahead and work our way down our ladder here. Looks like we can still reach that, so let's just do that. Oh, we're going to be a bit short. Okay. Okay, so we'll be able to do 3 here. That's fine. To start, and with our next harvest of flax, I suspect we'll be able to get the rest of them in. Oop, that hurt. Okay, well, this is the start of our tower here. This is going to need some detail work in a later episode, but I kind of thought it would be cool to have this sort of double violet ring with the sort of lattice work inside. Getting these shafts to fit well is a challenge, but I think it'll be okay once we get this fully detailed. I might even move the lattice sort of to the outside and maybe even make my own acacia lattice rather than using the fences for it. That way we could cover up this shaft going down here. And same here, I might pop these out just a little bit to cover up the shafts and just make that a little prettier. But that's sort of some food for thought. I wanted to get this functional and somewhat ready to go visually, and leave a nice little hole for our coal fumes to escape. And this is just sort of a mark out of the area where we're going to have the help hammer. So we have the help hammer base, the toggle, and the empty block, and then of course our anvil. So let's go take a look at this from afar and just see what we think. I'm not really sure how it came out, so we can all be surprised together. Well, from our balcony, we can just barely see it there. Looks great. Let's go somewhere a bit farther afield to gaze up at our new creation. If I can get over these blocks here. Let's take a look from below. Now, I haven't done the underside of it, and I know there's some dirt to clean up, but... Okay, big circle, big circle. It's a big circle. It's supposed to be an octagon. Let's go maybe over there on top of that little hill. Or maybe even across the bay would be a better place. Now, I know that one time I was up here, I heard a bear. So we might need to be ready to run. Oh. Well, hello. Any bears today? No. What do we think? I think it is tiny, but, yeah, I kind of like it. It's interesting. It looks kind of like either a clock tower or maybe some kind of steampunk thing going on way up there. But what I want to do is, when we do a detailing pass, I want to come underneath here and put some support beams, just like over here on the original house, right there and there. And I'll probably do 2 on, just like 2 here, and then 2 on each side, basically. So yeah, I think I am pretty happy with how that came out. That's actually a really pleasant surprise. I was a little worried it wouldn't look good from afar, just because of all the colors intermixing, but you kind of don't see them very much. You know what we could do? I could grab some dirt, and we could pillar up and take a closer look at it from, say, no, maybe right up there. Let me grab some dirt and we'll do that. Okay, here we are. Not quite level with it. You know, I kind of like it. I wish I had a backlight rather than, well, a backlight. But that is actually kind of what I imagined it looking like. Yes, so a support running back here, and one running back here, and doing that all around it would look, I think, even better. Just sort of make it look like it's not going to, you know, overbalance and topple down the mountainside. Let's get up a little higher and see what it looks like when we're level with it and then above it. So let's get just a tiny bit higher. There we go, we're about level with it. Yeah, I like that. The lattice work makes it sort of look like we've designed it so the wind can go through it and carry all of the smoke away, all the soot, and also so that it doesn't catch too much wind and sort of get blown off the mountaintop. Let's see what it looks like from a little bit above. Sometimes a different angle can make all the difference. And there we go. We sort of see the full detail of the heavier colors on the base once we get high enough. But yes, I actually enjoy that quite a bit. And we have the sort of purple to red to orange to gold roof on there. I think it works quite well with our build style. Now, I do want to say that these acacia fences are temporary. I know those of you who don't like the acacia on the wood are probably throwing a conniption right about now. But no, that is temporary. I do want to do something interesting in a big detail pass with this fence. I don't want these to be just jagged, you know, aliased corners. I want to smooth those out with the chisel. So that will be something to consider for later on. Oh, and there's a house from up here. Very cute. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get down from here, and I'll meet you all back up in the house as I'm putting stuff away. And my shovel broke about halfway down. Yep. Great. See y'all in a while. Well, everyone, that is the start of our smithy. I hope you are as pleased with it as I am, though we can't see it from down here. But in the next couple episodes, we're going to need to fill out that smithy because I don't actually have all the materials we need to be able to actually start using it. I know, kind of silly, right? But we have over here only 11 resin left, so we can only make, I think, 1 or maybe 2 of the full Hellhammer setups. And we also need to actually make the Hellhammers themselves. We still have to make the Hellhammer heads, all the framework for them, and then hook them in. On top of that, I want to get ready for steel production, and we're going to go ahead and start building our cementation furnace here. After I possibly may end up needing to widen this area a bit, to sort of get some stone up here and bring this out a bit, just for stability's sake, and so that we can get to the bricks in case they break, because the tier 3 bricks do occasionally break. I think it's like a 1 in 1,000 chance of breakage. Anyway, that is about all we have time for in this episode of the Vintage Story Guide. I hope you enjoyed the initial build of our smithing Hellhammer setup and the windmills, and I hope you're looking forward to being able to put this into action in the next couple episodes, and repair our armor and make all kinds of lanterns and all sorts of good stuff. As I mentioned during the build montage, if you are interested in supporting me on Patreon and want to snag some rewards for yourself, go check that out. I'll put the link on screen now and in the video description. As always, my name has been Corazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.